car pickup. I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. I was telling him about it.
I do. I think we posted it on Facebook.
I looked for it. And I didn't see it.
Lord. First thing I'd like to do today is recognize the fact that we lost
I
I'd like to do that.
Do we want to do the Lord's Prayer?
Yeah, we should all be praying for this family and what they're going through. Terrible thing to lose a child like that. And I'm sure the kids are feeling the same way. They should keep the family in your prayers. Let them know that we thinking about them during this time.
And the teachers and administrators and, just the whole that they feel.
Let's do us in prayer. Here's the prayer.
We'll just do the Lord's Prayer tonight. Our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Brady Grant.
Here.
Bo Barton.
Here.
Linda Ballard. Here. Baron Glass.
Here.
Maria Bass. Gary Castles.
Here.
Johnny Fallon. Here.
All right. The executive committee report, Johnny?
all checked out. For the second month in a row, our sales tax is up. And we are $25,041.
Hopefully it keeps
Stop local.
goes that way. Keep going that way. Here we're up instead of down. All right. We need approval on the minutes from last month.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from last month. I'll second.
All in favor? Next on the agenda is recognize Cassidy Mercer as our October Employee of the Month.
Chastity, come on. Thank you guys for having me again tonight. It's a pleasure to be with you. I wanted to read a little bit about what some of Chastity's co-workers had to say about it. Chastity is organized and does a great job on the data entry side of things. She handles things with ease and preciseness. She is definitely an asset to our system and to the staff, students, and parents of Caldwell Elementary School. She is a very hard worker and does a phenomenal job of keeping Caldwell Elementary School running. She wears many hats and does so with kindness and a positive attitude. When the days are tough, she never complains. She just says, bye, see you tomorrow. She interacts with students, teachers, and parents with such grace and is a true blessing to have as the face of our school. Please help me to congratulate Ms. Chastity Mercer, Employee of the Month. I asked her if she wanted to say anything. She said, absolutely not. We won't put her on the spot. Bye, y'all. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, next we have our approval for the differentiated compensation plan. It's in your folder. See it?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I will. So this is the, I think we're going on the third year of the differentiated compensation that the state basically allots this money. They give us the 4 areas that we can use it, and for years, we have used it in the two areas. First is for recruitment and retention of teachers in critical shortage areas. The state determines these, and it's secondary math, secondary science, and then K through 12 special education. And so we're just asking that you approve that $1,000 stipend for those teachers. And then, and of course, it's documented by either certification or praxis, if they pass their praxis in those critical shortage areas. And then the second part is for teacher leadership positions, and so that would be for our mentor teachers. And so those are two different categories. We have teachers who are mentor certified. They've been through the process of adding that to their teaching certificate, and so they support our new teachers, and they, on a monthly, or I say weekly basis, they meet with teachers, they model lessons, they help plan with them and support them so that they feel comfortable in the classroom. And so they earn a stipend of $1,000 per semester, so a total of $2,000 for the year. Half of it would be paid out in December and the other half in May. And the other part would be a buddy teacher, so these would be the teachers who are supporting new teachers, but they don't have the certification. So they don't have anything added on to their certificate, but they are still supporting new teachers. They earn $1,000, so it would be $500 for the first semester and $500 for the second semester. That's the compensation policy, or what do we call it, plan that we need you to approve. The third page just lets you know the state awarded us $36,283. We budgeted $32,000, so we have 16 teachers at $1,000 apiece for $16,000. Our plan is to pay that out on November 10th. And then for the mentor teachers, we have 5 teachers who are certified who would be paid out $2,000, half of it December 10th and half of it May 10th. Of course, they have to provide the documentation in order to be eligible. And then the buddy teachers, we have 6 teachers, $1,000, half December, half May with the documentation. We have a little wiggle room there because we do have a couple of teachers in that Part A who are eligible if they pass their praxis or get into their program, and we want to leave a little room for, if that does happen, that we'd be able to award that money. So if you approve that plan, then we will, Ms. Hillstead will deliver those letters tomorrow and have them sign off, and we can give that out.
Do we have a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion. We can go to second, whatever.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? All right. Financial update.
Yeah. Item E, page 1 of 4, this is general fund only, fund 1 only. MFT is down 149,000, so that's right on the schedule, unfortunately. Reflects the decrease as we were compared to last year. Salaries, if you're under column E, we're $42,000 better off than we were last time in this period last year. Transfer to maintenance, I'm sorry, that should read buses. Further down, $184,000 savings. That's where we did not buy 2 buses in the current year, whereas we did in the prior year. Further down, fund transfer to maintenance, $69,000. That $69,000 is because we have less to pay on our insurance for property, so we didn't have to transfer as much to maintenance, which and maintenance pays the bill. So
It went down 69,000?
Yes. So it was pretty healthy decrease. So last year, we spent $3,271,000. This year, we spent $2,951,000 so far in the first 3 months of the year, savings of $319,000. I don't know the October 1 head count, so I can't estimate where we're going to be for that. That's all on Fund 1. Fund 2, Johnny's already commented on that. We're up $128,000 compared to last year. I got the reports in the last day or two from Concordia. I've not reflected on those, perused through those to see where we are as far as who's paid a whole lot more. Lunch fund is on page 3 or 4. The third line, federal revenue, school lunch program, we're down $24,000 there. We did expect a decrease because we're not handing out lunches, breakfast, what do you call those? To-goes, like we did in the prior year. Sandra and I talked about that a little bit earlier today. kind of have, I'm going to get everything. So, now then that $24,000 that we decreased out of revenue, we saved about $13,000 out of supplies. So it kind of offsets it halfway. We're down $22,000 compared to last year at this time. Again, maintenance fund, that is good, as great as it was last year, this one's bleeding this year. There is a lot of maintenance problems. A lot of air conditioner issues that he's been, his baling wire is no longer working on some of our air conditioner units. So he had a valiant year last year, and this year it's reared its ugly head. So I have nothing else on financial health.
All right, district leaders report. Have it, please.
I didn't have anything. But we're gonna work hard on getting our numbers back up. We did see a decrease in August and September compared to last August and September, and when he showed me that today, I didn't realize how much it was, but hopefully, I'll work with my people and the principals and try to get the kids, going back, I mean, we're still feeding a good percentage, but it has fallen, the last 2 months, so hopefully, we're gonna work on it.
I mean, we're short of a couple of days this year.
Yeah, it was a few days short, and then I know we had our Head Start and pre-K, we're like a week later, and so hopefully that's, gonna kind of level out, and we'll get back going to normal.
We had our third annual career fair Tuesday night. We had over 175 kids sign in with parents, and we fed them this year. So we actually got Lysandra and had a couple of cafeteria ladies actually feed them. We had chili dogs and chips and cookies, and so we had a good number of them going there. We had 33 vendor tables, and it seemed to go well. I know one of the complaints last year was, the sheet that the kids have to fill out, they just had to go get it signed. This year I made them do a scavenger hunt. They had questions they had to go to the tables to answer, and then on the back, they had to reflect about what they found out. Not all of them answered the back, but the vendor said it did make the kids talk more. So it went very well.
I read the survey results.
Yeah, we did get survey
today.
results from the parents and students and from the vendors, and then all of them.
They really, and the parents were very, the positive remarks were about just the exposure and getting to visit with and understanding what careers were available and what pathways they had. I was super impressed with the variety of careers that
We added some new businesses this year that we didn't have. So it was a little, some extra things they hadn't seen before. We did have one parent, I think when the Workforce Development Board shared theirs and you shared it, we had a parent that shared off of that and said it was so great, my son chose his career tonight or something.
So it's great.
It was set up real nice.
So Chris, since that is taking place, have you thought about maybe kind of like contacting one of those parents and let them know that you appreciate and value, something like that?
Yeah, I liked her post.
Yeah.
And then,
okay.
Colin Benberg.
Oh, yeah.
We had 3 of our graduates from the Monroe Fire Department were here, and Colin liked it or something, and I just posted, we're so glad you as an alumni came back
So
to
there's
give
an
to our
increase every year.
students.
The numbers have increased.
Yeah, every year they've gone up.
It was great. It was great. I think the vendors, the comments that they even said, they were surprised at the turnout. So it was exciting. It was.
I didn't get to come, but, I heard it was really great. It was good, done a good job.
James?
As David said, we have had a bad month with HVAC systems at the high school, at the junior high, window units at other schools. Some of these units, especially the high school and junior high, they were pushing 15 to 20 years old. They were wearing out. So you got your goodie out of those. We got it replaced. Hopefully we'll get some cooler weather coming in soon, and then we'll crank the heat up and see how that goes. Other than that, we're doing pretty good.
James, I need my suit out there.
We've been 11 so far, really hasn't been that bad.
Mike?
This last week, we've been working with all the different schools to try to streamline getting things fixed, how we can communicate with principals, with teachers, to make sure that when a problem comes up, that we can get it fixed as quickly as possible. What we've been focusing on.
Get the coaches stuff fixed up.
So that come in at the end of last week. The equipment just came in, but I had a grant proposal due this week, focused on that, and then we're gonna hit that starting tomorrow, working on the new equipment.
Grant, yeah, he just submitted his EDF.
Yeah, the EF, and it, all signs point to it's gonna be approved for you. So that's a big chunk of change.
Maria?
We finished testing. All the schools have set their end of the year goals for grade levels, and we're working on next steps and how we're gonna get there. So we're moving right along.
So we finished numeracy testing, all the testing, and we set numeracy goals this year for the first time. Just trying to, even though it's a field test year and we don't have like true, we do have some data, where in the years past it's not been really accurate. So we're working our way into the same process we have with literacy, with numeracy, so that's going well. We're just kind of feeling our way through and truly just making it a experimental year, trying to figure it out before it hits for real next year so that we're ahead of the ballgame. I submitted the Direct Student Services grant application. It was approved and we're just waiting to see how much money we get for AI and tutoring.
Some of you were there. Cafe's open. We're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays for lunch. If you haven't been, come and watch those kids. They're doing it all by themselves, and it's really cool to see the pride that they have, and really great to really have that training experience where when things go wrong for them, it's safe. And it's us guiding through them rather than being in a sort of traditional workplace. So come see that. My department's October 1 count is steady, slightly above last year. I know that's a big financial piece. So kudos to everyone on that hall that made that happen and get everything in, because it's always a point of stress. And since I know Ms. Holstead's not here, I'm sure she's at the game, I just want to say I was at the junior high most of the day today with most of my team that helps with social emotional, and I just really want to credit the school leadership there and the teachers there for, with everything going on, keeping the school day as normal as possible for kids, and at the same time being really supportive for the ones that were struggling. They did a really good job, and we had some other folks from the community that came and helped and supported, and it's just, it's always great as, just someone who lives here to see other people come in and support our schools in ways that maybe we can't. So I'm very appreciative to some of our local pastors that showed up today and helped.
And along those lines, and I saw you were looking in your folder, that manila folder inside yours, that's a resource packet that Ms. Tanya Green put together. And it's tagged too, because it's in 2 different languages, because the family, that was affected is also a Spanish-speaking family. But her team put this together and was provided resources through a link that it went out. Ms. Watt sent it out to all the families, but these will also be available in the office. But she wanted you to have the resources too. That it's going to be tough for these kids to get through this, and so we just have a well-rounded team of people who supported in this area today.
It wasn't a normal day because they had the homecoming.
It really was. It was.
Tomorrow's probably gonna be crashing.
It will. And they're all, the students asked to wear camouflage in honor of him, and so they were like, let's go with it. This helps us cope, and so it was part of the letter that was sent out today too. So just whatever they can do to try to, help everyone cope.
we're very blessed to have the leaders we have in the junior high and the positions that they're at. I mean, some, not only the directors, but the teachers and the teams that they're with. Really good leaders.
They did a really great job today. Really did. And they were hurting and just pushing right on through that.
So we also had our October 1 count. We have to report on the publicly funded birth through threes at our daycares, as well as our 3-4-year-olds. So that went in this week, or last week. We had our LDOE on-site Ready Start meeting this week. They want to come in and do some meetings with our district leadership, school leaders from our schools and the child care, and then teachers. So we're looking at January 6th for the come for teachers, and sometime between now and then with leadership or whatever. So they were really complimentary of what we've done, but they want to see what we can do to involve more birth to 3. We did talk about, we've already, I pulled the numbers today and looked at Grace and the kids who are at kindergarten who didn't come to pre-K. We know the kids at pre-K who didn't go to Kelly. And then they also want us to look at our Kelly people who didn't go to child care. So we're gonna look at sending out some kind of a survey and just where were they instead of, and if they choose. She told us we could word it a little bit, do you want to tell us why? She said some people don't like just I just didn't want to, or whatever. She said try to give them some choices, but maybe an open-ended comment section. Because I told her what we typically get is they're just babies. We didn't want to send them. So, but there's a lot of kindergartners that came in from other places too, so that could be an issue. But we told her we'd have that data together for them, so when they came, we could do it. But on to it.
All right. Okay, next week is fall break. We are all ready for it. When we come back from fall break, we will have moved right into parent-teacher conferences on that Monday. And we've scheduled a flex work day, so it'll be 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That way we can work and be flexible for our parents' work schedule so they can come after work. And so it'll be a full work day, but we will dismiss at noon on Friday because it's homecoming. And so it'll be a 4.5-day work week. And then I did get some exciting news. I got an email yesterday that the Bessie Academic Goals and Improvement Committee meeting is next Tuesday, and they are recognizing Caldwell Parish for outstanding LEAP math growth. And I was like, math? And they're like, yes, math. And I was like, that's exciting. So, of course, we're on fall break, and so I called down and I was like, we're on fall break. She said, we will bring the certificate to you. And I said, well, talk to me about this. And she said, y'all had 4% growth from last year to this year in your mastery and advanced. And she said from grade 3 to 8, but also grade 3 to high school. So I was, it's nice when you put the work in, and kudos to all of you because you're the ones who do it. But for the state to recognize that the work that we put in to math growth, and so I'm super proud of our team for the math growth that we have recognized there, and that's a lot of work goes into a lot of things. So just excited about that growth. I'm still on my road show of the sales tax, and so I made these for y'all, but. Election information, just know that the election day is November 15th, and so I have information about mail-in ballots. These are questions that came up after I talked with the professional development days to all the faculty about husbands or spouses or family members who maybe work off or go to college. So the mail-in ballots are there. Early voting starts November 1st. And so November 1st to the 8th, and just making sure that we get the word out about early voting. I'm still open to anybody who needs me to come talk to them. I've met at the police jury on Monday. I've got Haven next week, and I'm still whatever I need to do to get out and spread the word about the sales tax, whatever I've got to do to make this happen, I absolutely will. I think that might be all I have. This may be a record meeting.
Any comments? Anybody else? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
All right, anybody wants to go to the junior high game? Okay, time, go.